Birshus, Rabbanim, Shluchim, community leaders, the Twin Cities community, Birshus, my mother's Al Gesundsein, and of course, Rabbi, can't forget you. I'd like to thank everyone who came out here tonight. On the flyer it said, an evening of inspiration and reflection. We're honoring the life of my dear father, Rabbi Giter, in conjunction with his first Yahrtzeit, which is going to be this coming Wednesday, Chaf Menachem Av. Not coincidentally, it is also, or mainly, the Yahrtzeit of the Rebbe's father, Reb Leivik, who stood up against the communists in Russia and spread Torah and was a tremendous leader and mekubal. And for such a special day, it is obviously a schus that my father left this world on that day. I know one thing, that my father probably would not approve of us spending an entire evening talking about him. He would probably say something to the effect of, Reuven, go do something productive with your life. Go learn something, go help a Jew. So during tonight's program, we will, Yahrtzeit Hashem, focus on Rabbi Giter and who he was, his unconditional love to the Eibishter, to Hashem, to the Rebbe, to his family, to his community, and what his life really was about. And that we can all surely learn from. And the hope is that this will inspire us, for us to grow in our lives, in our relationship with Hashem, with the Rebbe, and with our families. To begin tonight's program, we will recite Psalms, Tehillim, and we daven and pray to Hashem that He hears our prayers and guards and protects our Jewish brothers and sisters living in the Holy Land of Israel and the world over, and we should merit very soon the way that Rambam finishes off, Umala haaretz deos Hashem kamayim layom mechasim. The world should be filled with the knowledge of Hashem, just like the water covers the sea. We should merit the coming of Mashiach, when we will be reunited with my father and with all our loved ones. A little bit over a year ago, my parents' very close friends were about to marry off their child. And it was very much my father's will, and that he wanted to be there with my mother. And when we were spending Pesach together, actually it was in the summer, sometime during Tammuz, and my father then was in between chemo treatments. At the time, he had no doubt in his mind that he would be able to go and attend and dance by the wedding. It wasn't a question in his mind that he would be able to be there. A little bit before the wedding, he told my mother, go to the store and buy whatever you need. An open checkbook, credit card, get whatever you need for the chasana. You should feel good. Without saying a budget, without asking questions, what do you need? Maybe we should only get this or that. There was none of that dialogue that took place. It was simply get whatever you need. And that was the positivity that he lived with and that rubbed off on everyone that he came into contact with. He was so positive and upbeat and there was never an ounce of giving up, even through the most trying of times during the last few months. His positive attitude was there. The night before he passed away, I was in the room with my brother Mendy, and as soon as he saw me, he gave me a big smile, and I said, "Ta, es ist Chofav auf der Welt. It's Chofav. We have to sing the Bleiviks Niggin." And for about half the night, my brother Mendy and my father, while holding his hand, were singing the Bleiviks Niggin with my father's face with such simcha. It was unbelievable. And that is an inspiration that carried me through this year and my entire family, knowing that even though things may look bleak, trach gut wird sein gut. Before I forget, I would like to thank a few people, more than a few people. If I have to thank everyone that has helped, the list is very long. We'll probably be here till tomorrow morning. The amount of support that this community has given my mother and us cannot be described. Making sure that she has what she needs, that she has a friend who she can text. Obviously, nothing can replace a husband, but the support has been unbelievable. You all know who you are, and on behalf of my entire family, we are very, very thankful for everything, for opening your doors and opening your hearts and making sure that my mother, whom my father took care of like a diamond, like a husband should, continues to be taken care of and has the support that she has. Thank you very, very much to the entire community. We'd like to thank Tzvi, who came in to help with the lights and photography. Unfortunately, due to a previous arrangement, Rabbi Mendelfeller was not able to be here tonight, but we thank him for helping us with the equipment, some of the equipment that we have here today. I'd like to thank Rabbi Zeilengold and Adath Israel for giving us the space. And if I forgot anyone, please forgive me. When I was a young boy, there was one Shabbos when it was a young child. I don't remember the age. It was extremely, extremely cold outside. And the walk to the local mikveh was over a mile long. Snow pants and hat and all, trudged through the snow in below zero weather. We came into the room where the mikveh was, and I felt that that room was about as cold as it was outside. I thought, all right, make a U-turn, go to shul. But no. My father said, here we go, let's do it. And without hesitation, my father went into the mikveh. And being there with him, I won't lie, I wanted no part of this. But being the Dugma Chaya that he was, the chassid that he was, there was no question. You have to go to the mikveh. We came here, it's cold, it's hot, it's warm, but what's the difference? Since when does it say that the mikveh has to be a certain temperature? And that taught me a lot. the dugma chaya that he was, and how serious he took things that seemingly were trivial, or someone else might look at it and say, so you'll get a $100 esrog. Why does it need to be $200? And it wasn't about the money that he paid. It was about if you're doing a mitzvah, you do it right. Whatever he did, he showed by example. He had no questions. Not that he had all the answers, but his belief in the Eibishter and that everything was good and that every Jew was good. He had no questions of why he was suffering or why. He knew this is what God's plan was. And I speak for not just myself, but all my siblings. We all received a chinuch that was very, very enlightening and really shaped me and my siblings and who they are.